Hello student, welcome once again to my chemistry channel Amazing Chemistry Classes. I am educator Dr. Rohit. Welcome you once again. So today we are going to start with the topic number 7 of solution chapter for class 12th. So let's start with the topic. First topic is relation between enthalpy change and constant, that is Kf or Kb. Elevation in boiling point and elevation and lowering in freezing point yesterday we have discussed. So let's start. The value of Kf and Kb, which depend upon the nature of solvent, can be shown from the following relationship. So this is the relationship which we have discussed yesterday also. So here you can see Kf is equal to R into M1 into Tf upon 1000 into delta H, and as far as Kb is concerned, Kb is equal to R into M1 into Tb2 into upon 1000 into delta H vapor. So where R and M1 stands for, R we know that it is a gas constant and M is your molar mass of a solvent respectively. Here Tf and Tb denote the freezing point and the boiling point of the pure solvent respectively. Delta H fusion and delta H vaporize represent the enthalpies for fusion and vaporization of solvent respectively. So this is the formula for it, and this is the relationship between the enthalpy change and constant, that is your Kf and Kb. You can take a snapshot of this. Okay, now coming on to the next property, colligative property, we were discussing yesterday also. So let's see what is the definition of osmosis, what is osmotic pressure. The phenomena of flow of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from pure solvent solution to the solution is known as osmosis. Semi-permeable membrane can be natural such as pig's bladder, or parchment can be synthetic such as cell phone. So here I want to give one example in our daily life. As I already told you that अगर हम लोगों को थोड़ा सा केमिस्ट्री को इजी बनाना है, so we have to correlate chemistry with our day-to-day life examples, and it is very much visible also. अगर हम अपने surroundings में देखें, there are so many examples from where we can see that chemistry is everywhere. So let me give an example. Whenever we put resin or grapes in the water, what happen after a period of time? It gets swelled up. So basically what happened, water that is we considered as a solvent, it goes inside the membrane of your resin, because of which it swells up. Similarly, whenever in our house our mother sister prepares pickle, so whenever they put mango in the saline solution, what happen? The mango gets shrinked up. So what happen, basically in that solution, the whatever is present in your mango, it comes out of it, because of which the mangoes get shrinked up. So let's see definition क्या है इसकी. The phenomena of flow of solvent molecule through a semi-permeable membrane from the pure solvent solution to the solution is known as osmosis. इसमें क्या होता है, प्योर सॉल्वेंट से हमारा सॉल्यूशन की तरफ जो मूवमेंट होता है सॉल्वेंट का, that is known as osmosis, and it is done through semi-permeable membrane. So semi-permeable membrane is the membrane which allows solvent molecule like water to pass through their holes, but it bind passage for a molecule of solute like salt. If semi-permeable membrane is placed between pure solvent and the solution, the solvent molecule will flow through the membrane from pure solvent to the solution. Okay, so now let's move on to the next topic. Yes, there are certain examples which I have mentioned over here. Let's see some examples of osmosis. First one is a raw mango placed in a concentrated salt solution, it loses water. Why osmosis? Shriveled into pickle. जैसे कि मैंने आप लोगों को बताया, नॉर्मली घर में जो अचार बनाते हैं उसके लिए जो मैंगो को अगर हम सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन में रखते हैं, सो व्हाट हैपन, द मैंगो गेट शिवर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑस्मोसिस, वाटर कम्स आउट ऑफ द मैंगो. सेकंड एग्जांपल इज विल्टेड फ्लावर रिवाइव व्हेन प्लेस्ड इन अ फ्रेश वाटर थ्रू ऑस्मोसिस. नॉर्मली हम लोग घर पे भी जब फ्लावर्स को व्हेन वी पुट wilted flower in a water, what happen after a period of time, it get freshed up, because क्या होता है कि उसके अंदर osmosis हो जाता है, because of which water goes inside the flowers. Third example is people taking lot of salty water or salty food experience water retention in the tissue and intercellular spaces because of osmosis, thus resulting in a puffiness or swelling is called edema. It happens in human beings when they are taking excess of salt in the body. Fourth example is water movement from soil into plant root and subsequently into upper portion of the plant is partly due to osmosis. So here I have given an example of plant also. Whenever we have what we have seen, then whenever we give water to the plants, after a period of time we can see that the leaves get swelled up, because what happened, through osmosis water from the bottom it will go up to the stem. Okay, now what is osmotic pressure? Here I have written the definition. So पढ़ लेते हैं एक बार क्या लिखा हुआ है. The osmotic pressure of a solution is excess pressure that must be applied to a solution to prevent the osmosis. So जो हम external pressure apply करेंगे to stop the osmosis process, that pressure is known as osmotic pressure. So to stop the passage of solvent molecule through a semi-permeable membrane into solution is called osmotic pressure, and it is a colligative property as it depends upon the number of solute molecules and not on the nature. Okay, so this is the important point, कि it does not depend upon the nature of the solute but actually depends upon the number of molecules of the solute. So here how we can determine the molar mass of a solute? Through osmotic pressure. So what is written? Let me read for you. That is, osmotic pressure is proportional to the molarity of the solution at a given temperature. As we have read that PV is equal to nRT. तो similarly यहाँ पे pressure को हम pi से denote कर रहे हैं, and it is directly proportional to C, where R is a gas constant, T is in temperature, pi को हम osmotic pressure कहते हैं, R is a gas constant. So here I have written C is equal to NT over V, and N is the number of moles. So as we know, moles को find out करने के लिए formula होता है weight upon molecular weight. So W2 is a weight and M2 is a molar mass. Okay, now coming on to the equation, where N2 is the number of moles of the solute dissolved in volume V, L of a solution, W2 is the weight of the solute, and M2 is the molar mass. Okay, so this is the formula of osmotic pressure, where pi represents the osmotic pressure, W2 is the weight of the solute, R is the gas constant, M2 is the molar mass. Okay, and V is the volume and T is the temperature. So here to find out the molar mass, that is M2 इधर आ जाएगा इधर numerator में. So pi will come in the denominator. So the measurement of a osmotic pressure provides another method of determining molar mass of the solute. This method is widely used to determine the molar masses of protein, polymer and other macromolecules. So what are the advantages of osmotic pressure method? The first advantage is that the osmotic pressure method has advantage over other method, as pressure measurement is around room temperature and molarity of a solution is used instead of molality. So this is the first advantage, where we can use molarity rather than your molality. Now the second point is, as compared to other colligative property, its magnitude is large even for the dilute solution. The technique of osmotic pressure for determination of molar mass of a solute is particularly useful for biomolecules, as they are generally not stable at the higher temperature and polymers have poor solubility. So osmotic pressure is measured by Berkeley's and Hartley's method. Okay, so this is the two advantage which is given in your NCERT books also. Alright, now coming on to the next topic, that is types of the solution on the basis of osmotic pressure. So how we can classify the different solution on the basis of osmotic pressure? So here I have written that there are three types of solution on the basis of concentration, hence applied osmotic pressure. Now let's discuss one by one. First one is your isotonic solution. Two solutions having the same osmotic pressure at a given temperature are called isotonic solution. There is no osmosis between these two solutions as they have same molecular concentration. अगर two solution को हम semi permeable membrane से separate करते हैं, which are having the same osmotic pressure, so there will be no osmosis. So this kind of solution is known as isotonic solution. Now the second one is hypertonic solution. A solution having more osmotic pressure than other solution is called hypertonic solution. Example, if we place a cell in a solution containing more than 0.9% mass by volume NaCl, then water will flow out of the cell and they would shrink. This process is known as plasmolysis. होप आप लोगों को समझ में आया होगा. इसमें क्या करेंगे, अगर हम एक सेल को रखते हैं किसी वाटर सॉल्यूशन के अंदर जिसकी कंसंट्रेशन है 0.9% NaCl mass by volume. So what happen after a period of time? Water will come out of the cell and the cell gets shrinked out. So इस प्रोसेस को हम प्लाज्मोलाइसिस बोलते हैं and the solution is known as hypertonic. Now coming on to the last one, that is your hypotonic solution. A solution having less osmotic pressure than other solution is known as hypotonic solution. Example, if salt concentration is less than 0.9% NaCl, then water will flow out in the cell and they will swell up. So if we place this solution, so hypotonic में क्या होगा, इसमें it is a reverse of your hypertonic. Here what happen, water will move inside the cell and because of which cell will swell up. So this is known as hypotonic solution. Now coming on to the reverse osmosis and water purification. Nowadays it is very much common in everybody's home, in societies also, that people are purifying their water through reverse osmosis, and it is a wonderful process to purify the water. So let's read what is the exact procedure for this. So the direction of osmosis can be reversed if the pressure larger than the osmotic pressure is applied to solution side. Now the pure solvent flows out of the solution through semi-permeable membrane. This phenomena is called reversible osmosis. The process is used for the desalination to get salt free from water. So normally what happen at homes also, हम लोग घर पे भी देखते हैं, whatever RO water purifier we are using, so what we are checking actually the TDS, that is the total dissolved salt. So normally what happen, the tap water is having very high TDS. However, the water which we are getting after reverse osmosis, the TDS is very low. So this is the basic concept and the basic use of the reverse osmosis process, through which what we are doing, we are actually desalination. We are removing the dissolved salt from the water, and it is one of the wonderful process today we are having to purify the water. Now the next point is, when pressure is high, then the osmotic pressure of sea water is applied, pure water passes through it.